Let's go to line 3 and to Kelly. Good morning, Kelly.
Hi, how are you, Mick?
I'm good. Listen, thanks for coming on. I know it takes a little bit of bravery, and I know you're taking a few deep breaths, but just relax and let's talk about this, because there's going to be a very worthy outcome, I hope, to your story, which is a story of some sadness, of some poignancy, of some tragedy. Take me through it from the start. I suppose when a woman finds out she's pregnant, she's looking forward to 9 months of staying healthy, wanting her baby to arrive healthy. That didn't happen for you.
No. I found out I was pregnant before Christmas, 2020. And in January, I went to my local doctor, not my own GP now, I should have, but it was, lockdown, all that, so I just went to my local GP, and he confirmed my pregnancy, gave me, he put the heart monitor, I heard the baby's heartbeat, all that, and he said he couldn't refer me to get a scan, because he wasn't my own GP, so I'd have to go to my own GP. So I got onto my own GP, and she didn't get me a scan straight away. So I was in severe pain around the 9th of January. So I rang the hospital, and the midwife or the nurse, I'm not sure who it was, but she said to me, it sounds like a miscarriage, but there's actually nothing we can do for you. So just, wait for the symptoms, all that of a miscarriage, and if you're really bad, come in. So it started at 3 o'clock in the morning, and what I thought was a miscarriage. So I got through it. I stopped at about 6:45. The next morning I came down for a cup of tea. Everything, I thought it was over. So then on the fast forward, the 13th of January, I know what happened, because it was my daughter's 9th birthday. And at about 4:30, I rang the hospital. I said, can I come in? I was talking to someone, they said it was a miscarriage. I might have to be cleaned out, or, all this stuff. And I went in. Now, I'm not one for talking ill of people or anything like that, but you wouldn't think she was a midwife, the woman that met me in the COMH. She didn't take any notes. She didn't write anything down. She was in a rush, really, really rushed, rushing me to, it was like she was hurrying for her break or something, So I said, can I get a scan or anything like that? No, we won't give you a scan now. We'll just go down and check the baby's heartbeat. So went way down anyway to a room, and she put the monitor on me for about 2 seconds at the bottom of my stomach. Now, I've had 2 kids. I know a baby doesn't go down till it's bigger. So in the place where she put it was, you have to move it around, things like that. So no, straight away she said, no, there's no heartbeat. I'm very sorry. So I was absolutely devastated. I texted my friends, my mum, all that. My mum was very upset about it. The baby and the family, like my kids are a bit older, but and
we're still talking about January here, Kelly, are we?
Yeah, January the 13th this is. So that's grand, everything. Look, my life went back to normal as best it could. I got on with everything, Easter bank holiday Monday, April the 5th. I was relaxing at home, eating Easter eggs, watching films as you do, and I couldn't get comfortable at all. And every time I moved, it was just like it was something. I don't know. I didn't feel right. So it was about 8:30. I waited till 9 o'clock, and I went to the bathroom, and it was absolutely horrific. I had a prolapse, which is the umbilical cord came out. So I thought I was dying. I thought it was my intestines. It sounds crazy, sounds stupid, whatever, but I thought it was my intestines. I rang the hospital straight away. She said, drop everything, come straight in. But she said, can you make your way? And I said, no, I'll have to get an ambulance. But you should do that, because it'll take us ages to get you an ambulance. It would take you 2 seconds. So I said, all right. So I rang an ambulance. It's a pity I don't remember the ambulance woman's name because she was absolutely amazing. She kept me calm. I was shaking and everything. She came away up the stairs to where I was in the bathroom. They got her in about 15 minutes. And she said, can I see? I said, no. I was too afraid. I wasn't showing anybody anything. And she brought me into the ambulance. On the way to the hospital, the CUH, I started to kind of get very dizzy in the ambulance. She looked at me, she said, are you all right? I said, I don't know. That's what happened as well before I rang the ambulance, is I got a head rush and I was all dizzy and I was like, oh my God, there's something happening here. So anyway, on the way to the ambulance, the hospital, the same thing happened. So she said, can I please just have a look? I barely showed her. Said to her, the person driving, we have to go straight to CUH. This girl's having a baby. What? So I started laughing. I said, no, I'm not having any baby. I said, I miscarried 10 weeks ago. She said, no, you're having a baby. So we went in. She said, okay, look, we'll see what they say. Because I kept saying, no, you're wrong. So we went into the hospital. I got there for 10:15. They got me fitted in a room in the labour ward. They gave me a scan. All I heard was a heartbeat, and I said to the midwife, whose heartbeat is that? She said, that's your baby's. I seen him on the screen. Oh, Mick, I screamed. I let it roar. I couldn't believe it.
How far along were you at this stage? 24, 25 weeks? 25
weeks and 4 days.
So that's just about at the limit of viability that the baby possibly could survive.
No, I found out 21 weeks.
21, is it?
You can keep a baby in an incubator and hopefully they live at 21 weeks. I was 6 months. So I begged the midwife, please will you take him out, please. I pay you. I said to put him in an incubator. I will take full responsibility for him. No, I'm sorry, we can't do that. It's protocol.
What's the protocol?
I have no idea. I have a lot going on in the background. I'm trying to figure all this out as well. What's the protocol? I have no idea. I think they went on a personal, what they personally felt. I wasn't anyway professional. I was treated like crap. Anyway, I had begged. This was 10 o'clock on the 5th, the night time, and I kept begging him all through the night, please give me another scan, please give me another scan. His heartbeat was perfect at 10 o'clock. He was perfect, he was big. You could see him, I know now it doesn't tell you how big they are, but he was a big, you could see him,
Uh-huh.
And at 4:10, they gave me another scan, and he had passed at 4:08. So, sorry, no.
Okay, take a breath, relax.
So, I just was crying and things like that. I was in shock. And I kept saying to them, why didn't you take him out? But she had said to me all that night, we'll see what'll happen. So, when they told me he's actually gone, they showed me him on the monitor and there was no red flashes or anything. It was just him, So, they, induced my labour. They gave me a tablet and I had him at 5:25 on the 6th of April. So I was in labour for a few hours, but I wouldn't push because I was afraid what was going to come out. I was afraid what he was going to look like. And then to my shock, and I was so overwhelmed by it, the midwife who delivered my second daughter came into the room, and I just asked her, because different midwives tell you different things, so I asked someone that I trusted, what's he going to look like? She said, Kelly, he's going to look beautiful. All that he needs to do is grow. He's going to be tiny, but he's going to be fully formed. He's going to look perfect. So then I just pushed and I had him at 5:25, and he weighed just over 500 grams. So
half a kilo, that's about 1.1 pound, is it?
Yeah, about that. So the midwives that were in with me were lovely. They were, I can't say anything bad about them. They were, my labour was terrible because a live baby will help come out, but a dead baby can't. So I was doing it all on my own, and it was absolutely horrific. Like, they did offer me the epidural at the end, but by the time they did, I pushed and he was out. Because I didn't actually go to 10 centimetres. You don't go to 10 centimetres or anything like that. I went to 5 centimetres and he was out, like, so it traumatised for the rest of my life.
Okay, you don't have to dilate to 10 because of the small size, is it?
Yeah. You don't go. I thought I kept saying to me, yeah, 10 yet. She's like, no, you don't have to go to 10. She said you could get him out like at about 5 or 6, and I was at 5 centimetres when I gave birth to him. So because he was so tiny, but my God, the minute they handed him to me, all I said was, he's the image of my youngest daughter. Oh my God, they were the spit of each other. Same nose, face, everything. His hands were big, his feet were big, like he was just perfect. He was just so tiny. That's it. There was no. People have this idea that they're not fully formed on this. They are. They're fully formed at about 5 months.
And you were coming up to 6, weren't you? Well, 20.
Yeah,
5.5.
Yeah, I was coming up to 6 months. So they could have put him in an incubator. I was talking to 3 girls outside when I went out for my fag, and outside the hospital, and one of the girls had a 22-week-old baby, another one had a 25-week-old baby, and the other girl was being induced at 23 weeks. So, and the 2 other girls that had their babies, they were in incubators. Now, one of the girls I'm in contact with, her baby did pass after a month of fighting, God love her. She did pass last week at 25 weeks. It was very sad for the girl, but she kept fighting for a month, But yeah. I would have preferred, like, I'm not trying to sound bad, but I would have preferred that to, have my baby for a month.
Have your baby fighting for life rather than.
Yeah, absolutely.
What happened next?
Not being even given a chance.
What happens next in a situation like this, Kelly?
I was in the hospital for 4 days. They looked after me fantastically. I was in a ward just for stillbirth and mothers, and they looked after me brilliantly. I can't give enough credit. I can't. I had a lot of people coming in and out of my room, things like that, but look, that's all part of it. There was a lot of counsellors in and out. A social worker came in to see me. I just said I didn't want to speak to her because I haven't heard great things, So I had him for 4 days. Then someone came into my room and offered, did I want to take him home? So me and my mum were just sitting there saying, can we? And the midwife said, yeah, you can for a few days, but we need to come home with a cooler bed. Oh, that cooler bed drove me insane when he did come home. It was going down below temperature, it was going up above temperature. But I kept bringing them, like, I was driving them insane, I know I was, but I was so worried that he was going to heat up and decompose. That's all I was freaking out about. And
you had 4 days at home with him?
I had 4 days at home and 4 in the hospital, yeah. So he was cremated on the 13th the 13th of April.
And you weren't able to let him go?
No, I know. It was my my partner, that Darragh's dad, that had to stop me from taking his funeral, his coffin back from in the cremation place. Like, I couldn't believe what was happening. I couldn't believe what I was going through. I have 2 healthy kids. I have 2 alive children. Like, oh my God, when someone finds out they're pregnant, like, this is the last thing that
you expect you'll have to deal with, and you have to deal with it. I think I'm dealing with it. People are a bit worried, saying, am I dealing with it too well? But nobody sees me at home on my own. I go out and I put on a smile on my face and I go, be with my friends and family and stuff, but nobody sees me on my own. Mm-hmm. And this fundraiser, I'm after starting a fundraiser for a memorial headstone for him, right? People are a bit confused about that because he was cremated. I didn't really get a choice whether to bury him or cremate him because it happened so fast and the decomposing and things like that. So I got him cremated. But my plan is
what I'd really love to happen is I actually put a deposit down in a plot out in my area, out the road in a little graveyard. And I'm going to bury some ashes in that, but I want to get a headstone and put it up and have a look, some lovely things written on it for me and my kids and my family.
So you want to have somewhere to be able to go?
Yeah, exactly. And Darragh has a godmother and a godfather, and the godmother did say to me, like, are you sure you fight if you don't want to get him cremated, because you will want somewhere to go for him. Like, I have his ashes, yeah, I do. I mean, I bring them. I know this might sound crazy, but I do put them in my handbag sometimes, like, just because I want to. He's my boy, he's my child, So I want to be able to go somewhere with me and my daughters and go and sit with him for a while. Do you know what I mean? That's it. So that's why I started this fundraiser. But it's struggling a bit because I don't have social media and things like that. So I've had a lot of support. A lot of my friends have donated. I just up to $350, which is great in 4 days. Like,
you're dealing with it very bravely, and it's very brave to come on here and tell the story as well. I know you took a few minutes to get your breath together with nerves and that.
No, I was very nervous. Very nervous.
I wouldn't say you're dealing with it very well, and I don't think anybody could, but I know you're dealing with it bravely. I can tell in just from the tone of your voice that it's really, really affecting you, and that this unbreakable bond that you had with Darragh is still there.
Absolutely. I'm heartbroken. I lost my partner 2 years ago. He died in Oliver Plunkett Street in town, and I was with him for 6 years, and I thought that was my life was over after him. I still grieve for him, but losing your child, my God, I never thought ever that this could land on my door, ever.
How much do you need to raise to have that headstone that'll give you some sense of closure?
Well, my goal is 1,500, but a young fella, James Morrison, got on to me I set up a memorial page on Facebook for Darragh, and he got on to a friend of mine that shared it, and I got his number. I rang him, lovely, lovely young fella. He does the headstones, so he said that, try and raise as much as I can, and he will help me with the rest. So he'll do it as perfect as I want. He'll do anything that I want. So I was really uplifted by that, because I was feeling really, I just didn't think it was fundraiser was going to go anywhere. I couldn't share it, but then a lot of people did start sharing it, and I'm still getting donations, And
where can people find the GoFundMe page?
Well, it's obviously on GoFundMe, but it's on a memorial page called Darragh's Memory, but memory is MEMORIE, because they wouldn't let me put Y. I don't know why, but
MEMORIE, and of course we've put it now on our Facebook and our Twitter account as well, so people can just go to the Neil Prendeville Show social media sites and be able to access that. And so you may not need the full 1,500, but if you got 1,000, maybe you'll be able to get it done with the favour of the guy. He was. He's lovely fella. Like, and I know his mother, right, from where I live. She used to live here, and I know him when he was very, very young, but I haven't seen him in years. But he's lovely. So he just said that he'd do his best, Uh-huh. And do you think I mentioned closure? Do you think you'll be able to move on once you have this place to visit?
Oh, I will. It will do something for me anyway, because this is all I've been thinking about. This has been on my mind since I had him cremated. I was like, where am I going to be able to go now to see him? Like, stand in front of his ashes? No, I need somewhere to be able to sit with him, whatever. But this has been on my mind. I mean, I'm so I don't know. I just feel down the last few days. It's taken over a small bit. It's like I have to have it. But it's just I never would have put myself on GoFundMe. I know what a choice, really.
I think what it is psychologically is that you probably need this physical piece of carved stone to maybe stand as a monument to your love for Darragh.
That's 100% it now, Mick. That's it. So that's it. A physical, That's I won't get closure from it, because
you'll get a bigger sense that you've done right by him.
Yeah, that I've done something for him, because I couldn't be his mother. I've done something good for him in his name. So that's why I'm kind of I really want this. Like, and for my kids as well, my daughters.
Uh-huh.
That's their brother. I mean, my youngest one only said to me at Christmas that she'd love, I said, what you want off Santa? I'd love a baby brother or sister. I started laughing. And then I found out 2 weeks later I was pregnant. So, and then all this happened. Now, I only just recently told them, because I know, like, you think you tell them straight away. Imagine how confusing that is for kids. If it was that confusing for me, that I was pregnant, then I had a miscarriage, then I wasn't, then I am, do you know, all this. So I wanted to protect them as well. But I did tell them, my youngest she doesn't really understand a lot, but my oldest she's pretty upset about it. She wants, that's her brother.
Sad for herself, sad for you, sad for what might have been.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll forever think about him. Every Christmas, birthday, Easter, everything, I just forever think about him.
Kelly, this has not been an easy story for you to relate, especially on the airwaves to thousands of people. So I do salute your bravery on that, and I do hope you reach the target, because it's through the goodwill of the people, really, that you might feel some positivity coming out of this, and to build that monument to the love you have for Darragh.
That's it, and people have been very supportive, and I'm so appreciative of that, you know.
All right, Kelly.
So, thanks so much, Mick.
Thanks a million, and I hope you feel a little better having, got it out there and got it a little more public. And it's another step, towards doing the right thing for Darragh, and we hope it works out well for you and that you'll find that closure and some ability to move on.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks a million.
Thanks, Kelly.
I appreciate it.
Cheers.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Neil Prendeville, the voice of Cork. Weekdays 9 to 12. Cork's Red FM. Red FM. Red FM.